So, is the screen visible to all of you? Okay. So, in today's experiment, that is the experiment number 3, we will check the linear convolution of two sequence. So, I think all of you know what is the linear convolution and how it is happening. So, just I'm giving you an example. I am making you understand the code. If there is any problem, then you will ask me the question from there. So, suppose you have two sequence xn, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Suppose you start from here, and hn 1 2 3 4, we start from here. We have two sequences. Over that two sequence we need to do the linear convolution. The basic formula to calculate the linear convolution is that yn will be the output, summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x yk k equal to minus infinity to infinity xk h n minus k. That is the formula to calculate the linear convolution. Now over that formula, if we put the values of x and h, we will get your output. Okay, now that you have to write through a code. So generally, whenever you will write the code for linear convolution, the parameters that you have to keep in mind are: what is the length of the sequence x, suppose denoted by xp or lm, whatever, suppose l. So length will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and the length of h, that is m 4. So these two parameters you have to keep in mind, because the length of output is going to be n equal to 7 plus 4 minus 1, 10. Okay. So before writing the code, you have to keep in mind what should be the length. So you have to write some code that will ask what should be the length of the sequence, and obviously it will be asked what is the sequence. So xn will be asked, the length of xn will be asked, hn, length of hn will be asked. After that, another parameter that you have to keep in mind is what should be the starting point of output. It will be, output will be of length 10, but what should be the starting point, that is minus 3, minus 2, or whatever. The starting point will be the starting point of x plus the starting point of h. So minus 2 minus 1, that will be minus 3. The starting point will be minus 3 of y. That you have to keep in mind. If you are not getting, you should ask me the question. So these are the parameter you have to keep in mind before writing the code. Okay. So whenever you will write a code, obviously first you have to add clear all, close all, CLC. After that, what I have told you, you have to ask the input sequence. What should be your input sequence? Suppose we have two input sequence, x and h. So first you have to ask the value of x. So it will be input, enter the value of xn. So that will ask what should be the value of x. Whenever it will be asked, you have to put that. After that, xp. What will be xp? You have to consider the starting point of y. What should be the output of starting point? So you have to know what should be the starting point of x, because y, starting point of y equal to starting point of x plus starting point of h. So that will also be needed. So input, enter the index position, that is called the index. So enter the index position of xn. So that will ask the index position. Then you need to know the length of x. So simply L equal to length of x. That will give you the length of x. So that are the three parameter needed to understand for x. That are the three parameter you need to consider for x. Similarly, the three parameter for h, that also you need to consider. So for h also, you will consider h equal to input, enter the value of, enter the value of hn, hp input, enter the index of hn, it will show the index position, and m, that will be length of h. So these are the inputs we should consider. Okay. After that, no, after that, so in that, at that point, you know x, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6, that you know starting point or starting position, and the index position of x, that is also known. If index position is defined as -2, so starting point will be -2, so that will be -1, so that will be 0. Okay, and the length, that will be defined as 6. For this case, length will be 6. That is for x. Similarly, if we input the h, suppose as 1 2 3, whatever the value we can use here, suppose 1 2 3 4, and similarly index point of h is suppose -1. If it is -1, it will start from -1, so that will be your 0th position, and the length of h defined by m will be 4. So these are the parameters will be stored in x, xp, l, h, hp and m. If we consider this example. Okay, up to that clear? Up to that, if you have any question? Okay. 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 ওকে, দ্যাটস দ্য এক্সাম্পল। তুই 7 নিতে পারিস, নাও নিতে পারিস, যা ইচ্ছা, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, হোয়াট এভার। আমি জাস্ট এক্সাম্পল হিসাবে দেখাচ্ছি। ওকে, সো যা তুই 7 বললি, তাহলে আমি 7 নিচ্ছি। এক্স এর ইনপুট এন্টার দ্য ভ্যালু অফ এক্স এন, সেটা তোকে আস্ক করবে যে এক্স এন এর ভ্যালু কত পুট করবি। ওকে, সো তোকে যখন আস্ক করবে, তুই তোর ভ্যালুটা পুট করবি। সাপোজ তোর যে প্রবলেমটা দেওয়া আছে, সে প্রবলেমে এক্স এন দেওয়া আছে সাপোজ 3, 6, 2, 1, 5, 7, 0, দ্যাট ইজ এক্স এন সাপোজ। অ্যান্ড এইচ এন দেওয়া আছে 1, 5, 7, 2, suppose. That is the 0th position, that is the 0th position. So these two parameters are given. So যখন জিজ্ঞাসা করবে input or enter the value of xn, whenever it will be asked, simply you will put xn equal to within third bracket 3 space 6 space 2 space 1 space 5 space 7 space 0. That is the xn you will put. Okay, and after that it will ask enter the index position of xn. So you can see that at your example 2 is the 0th position, so index position will be -1, -2, one starting position of xn. So starting position of xn is -2, so index position of xn will be -2. Okay, and length will be automatically taken. If we enter this to x and xp, that is defining the xn. Similarly hn. So these are the input parameter you need to consider. After that, n, what should be n? N defines the length of the output after linear convolution. So n will be length of x plus length of h minus 1. So n will be L plus m minus 1. Okay, now y, that will be your output, that I am defining as zeros 1, n. What does that mean? Suppose, yes, exactly, that means what? Whatever the value of n we are getting, that is the size of y. So initially we are making the values of y zeros, means if the L is 6, m is 4, so 6 plus 4 minus 1, that will give the 9. The value of n is 9, so y equal to, just I am storing the value as 9 zeros. Okay, so that we are making y initially 0, and after that whatever the value of y will come step by step, that will be stored here. So initially we are making 0, so that there should not be any error whenever we are getting the final result. If it is not 0, it may take the previously stored some data. So whenever we will write the code, we will make initially 0. Okay, after that we need to know the index of that position. Index of that position means what should be the starting point. So obviously starting point will be yp, that will be defined as starting point of x plus starting point of h. So xp is the starting point of x and hp is the starting point of h, that are the index. So if you add up these two index, you will get the starting point of y, and that starting point will be defined here. Okay, so up to that I think clear. Then then the main thing comes, the main equation comes. Now you have to write down the equation. First I am writing the code, then I am explaining. For I equal to 1 is to m, within that for k equal to 1 is to l, a I comma k that defines xk into hi, and y I plus k minus 1 that defines y I plus k minus 1 plus a I comma k, end for that and end for that. Okay, now you need to understand what is that. Suppose, to make it understand for simplicity, I am consider m value as 2. M means length of h. Length of h is 2, I am considered. And L value as 3, means length of x is 3. So whatever the sequence I am considering, that sequence xn defines of length 3 and hn defines of length 2. So according to that code, first in the first iteration it will consider I equal to 1. In the first iteration it will consider I equal to 1. For I equal to 1 it will consider k. Obviously I varies from 0 to 2 and k varies 1 to 2. I varies from 1 to 2 and k varies from 1 to 3. So obviously for I equal to 1, k equal to what? K equal to 1 time it will be 1, again it will be 2, again it will be 3. So for a single value of I, we will get 3 value of k. K equal to 1, 2, 3. And that code will run. After that again it will come here and I will be made 2. For I equal to 2, again we will take 3 value of k as 1, 2, 3. So in that way that will run. Okay. So for the first case, whenever I equal to 1, first consider k equal to 1. For I equal to 1, k equal to 1, you are getting a I k means a 1 1. For I equal to 1, k equal to 1, you are getting a 1 1. And the value of a 1 1 is xk. Value of k is 1. So x 1 into hi. Value of h I equal to 1. So h 1. Clear? That is the a you are getting. Similarly, a for I equal to 1, k equal to 2. For I equal to 1, k equal to 2 will be a 1 2. So a 1 2 and the value of a1 2 will be xk. K value now we are considering 2. So x2 h I equal to 1. So h 1. Similarly, a next value for I equal to 1, k equal to 3. What will be? A 1 3. So a 1 3. That value will be obviously xk. So xk will be x3 into h1. So in the first for loop, For I equal to 1, you are getting k 1, 2, 3, and with respect to that, you are getting 3 values of a in that way. Similarly, if we consider I equal to 2, again for I equal to 2, k equal to 1, 2, 3, so you will get 3 values of a again. So for I equal to 2, a2, k equal to 1, what will be? x1 into h2. Again for I equal to 2, k equal to 2, x2, h2, and for I equal to 2, k equal to 3, x3, h2. So these are the 6 parameter total you will get if we consider value of m is that and value of l is that. Clear what how the a we are getting? Clear though? Okay. Now we'll see what is happening to y. First value y I plus k minus 1. So again we'll consider for I equal to 1, and for I equal to 1, k equal to 1, 2, 3. So for I equal to 1, what is happening? I equal to 1 and k equal to 1, that is 1, that is 1, minus 1. So y will be y1 plus 1 minus 1. So that is y1. So y1 value will be what? That is also y1. y1 value will be y1 plus aik. I1 k1. So aik means a11. So first y1 you are getting y1 plus a11. Already a11 value is known. So first y1 will be, initially y1 we have made 0. All the y values we have made 0. So initially y1 will be 0. And a11 means x1 into h1. So y1 will be simply x1 into h1. Okay. Similarly, y next value for I equal to 1, k equal to 2. So I is 1, k is 2. So 1 plus 2, 3, minus 1. So 2. You are getting y2. y2 will be what? That is also y2. So y2 equal to 0. Initially y2 equal to 0. And plus aik. So I1 k2. So a1 comma 2. That is the next value y2. So that is 0. y2 is 0. A1 2 value we know x2 h1. So it will be x2 h1. That will be y2. Similarly y3. Again I equal to 0. I equal to 1, k equal to 3. So I equal to 1, if we put 1 plus 3 4, so it minus 1, so it will be 3. So y3, that you will get y3 plus a13 value is that x3 h1, so it will be x3 h1. So you can check it, the result will come like that. Now again, whenever you will change the value of I equal to 2, for I equal to 2, again you will check k equal to 1. So just I am showing one parameter. For I equal to 2, just I am removing that 3 part. For I equal to 2 and k equal to 1. So y 2 plus 1 3 minus 1 2. So you will get y2. That will also be y2. So y2 equal to y2, and y2 value already you have got this x2 into h1. So x2 into h1, that is your, for this case, for this y2, plus aik. Plus aik means I we are considering 2, k we are considering 1. So a21, value of a21 is x1 h2. So x1 h2. Now y2 become this value. So that y2 will not be no more considered. In the next case, y2 will be considered this x2 h1 plus x1 h2. In that way, if we keep on running for I equal to 2, k equal to 2, I equal to 2, k equal to 3, you will get values of the y as y1, y2, all the values. Next, y will be, that is length of 2, that is length of 3. So 2 plus 3 5 minus 1 4. So up to y1, y2, y3 and y4. That you will get 4 values. So clear or not? After running that code, you will get 4 values of y and output y as y1, y2, y3, y4. That is clear or not? Okay. Now keep in mind, here you don't know the index position, means what will be the starting position of y, you don't know. So that you have to set up now. Now just consider t1 as the xp is to xp plus l minus 1. I am explaining. T2 equal to hp is to hp plus m minus 1, and T3 equal to yp is to yp plus n minus 1. So what is happening here? xp is the starting index of x, hp is the starting index of h, and yp is the starting index of y. Now consider the example xn 1 2 3 4 5 6. Suppose starting index 0 position this, and h n has 1 2 3 4, 0th position is this. Okay, so y length is 6, length is 4, 6 plus 4 10, length will be 9. So length will be 9, and the starting index will be, that is minus 2, that is minus 1. So starting index will be minus 3. So obviously xp defines minus 2 starting index, as we have written the code, or we have asked initially xp input enter the index position of the first sample. So for that case you have to put xp equal to minus 2. So it will go from minus 2 to minus 2 is to, what is the length of x is 6. So minus 2 plus 6 minus 1. So what is happening? 6 minus 3, so it will be 3. So from minus 2 is to 3. That will be your T1. That will be your T1. So see, the T1 defines minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So minus 2 to 3, that defines by T1. So whenever you will display the input X, you will consider or you will display the input with respect to that T1. So that it will start from minus 2 and it will end to 3. Means simply stem, when you will do the stem of X, or simply when you will display the output X, you will display with respect to T1. T1. So what will happen? In the graph, T1, that graph length will be T1, means it will start at minus 2 and it will end at 3. So whatever the data, that will be start from minus 2, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and it will end at 3. So that is for T1. Similarly for T2, HP is minus 1. So that will be minus 1 is to minus 1 plus M is 4 plus 4 minus 1. So minus 1 minus 2 plus 4 plus 2. So it will be from minus 1 to plus 2. That is the fourth data. Similarly, stem T2 H, that will be displayed as value of Hn. Now similarly T3, for T3 what will be? Similarly Yp, that will be defined as minus 3. So if we put the minus 3 is to minus 3 plus value of n is 6 plus 4 minus 1, that is 9. 6 plus 4, 10 minus 1, 9. So plus 9 minus 1. So 9 minus 4, that is 5. So it will be from minus 3 to 5. So y will be, if we do the stem T3y, so it will display the value from minus 3 to 5. So that will be the index position for X, H and Y. So if we display that, if we do that, you will get a final result. Okay. So clear? If it is clear, then just come to the code. Okay. In the code, display just used to display. Whenever you are writing the code, you will write a display, means whenever it will be asked to enter some data, before that it will show that linear convolution program, nothing else. So you can use that, or also you cannot use that, whatever. X input, enter the sequence xn. So what will be, if we write up to that X, that is the enter the sequence of xn. You can see in the command window that whenever we have run the code X input enter the sequence of xn, it is asking enter the sequence xn. So what we will do, we will enter the sequence xn as our xn data. You don't need to consider here the starting index, just enter the sequence xn. Okay. Next, xp equal to input enter the index position of the first sample. Now if we run that code, it will ask enter the index position of the first index position of first sample xn. So index position I have told you here that minus 2. If we consider that example, for that example it is minus 2. So also I'm considering that example for the code purpose. So -2 will be your index position. So -2. Next, length of x. L is the length of x. If we run that code, you can check L defines as 6. See here, L defines as 6. That means the length of x is 6. So whatever the parameter we have considered, that parameter length is 6. Similarly, for h, if we run, for h, it will ask the enter the sequence hn, and you have to put the sequence hn as 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need to consider the 0th position here. Simply you will write the sequence. Then it will be asked enter the first sample, enter the index position of the first sample. You can check the index position of the first sample is -1, or index position of hn, that will be -1. So you will put here -1. Okay, a length of h, m is the length of h, so m equal to 4. Okay, according to that, length is 4, and according to that xn, length is 6. So up to that, code is complete. Now n defines the length of y. So y must be 6 plus 4 minus 1. So value of n will obviously be 9. Okay. After that, what I am doing? I am making y as the 9 number of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is a matrix of y, making the 9 number of zeros. And the size of y also that. So all the values we are initially making 0. And yp equal to xp plus hp, that defines the starting index of y. So that position, the first value of y will start from -3. Okay, up to that clear? After that, the code that I already explained, that total operation will happen for m equal to 6, and what is the value of m? For m equal to 4 and l equal to 6. So for m equal to 1, it will consider 3 number of case, 6 number of case, 1 to 6. Similarly for m equal to 2, and total code will run. So just after that, display y, just to display the y, you don't need to consider also if we don't want. Simply what we are considering, t1, t2, t3, as I have told you, t1, t2, t3. So t1, if we run t1 will start from -2, will end at 3. Similarly, t2 will start from -1, end at 2. You can check it. t1 defines the index of x. So index of x will start from -2, index of x will end at 3. Similarly, t2 index of h, that will start from -1 and it will end at 2. Okay, so t3, that is for output y, index of t3 or index of y will start from -3 and will end at 5. So length is 9. After that, we have 3 parameter to display, or 3 graph to display, that is x, h, and the result. So we will consider subplot as 3, 1, 1, or you can consider in your choice. So in the first position, we will display stem t1x. we will display x and just title x level y level. In the second position we will display t2 h with respect to t2, and in the third position we will display y with respect to t3. Okay, so if we run that code, that code will give you the convolution output. See, whatever the parameter you have considered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that is your xn, and its starting position is -2, ending position is 3, that is your 0th position. Similarly hn, 1, 2, 3, 4, starting position is -1, ending position is 2. With respect to that, your y starting position is -3, ending position is 5. So these are the y values, or the simply linear convolution of xn and hn. And if we want to display the values of y, or if we want to see the values of y, that is display y, that will display the values of y. So first value of y will be 1, then 4, then 10, 20. So the first value at -3 you will get 1, at 2 -2 you will get 4, at -1 you will get 10, at 0 you will get 20, 1, 30, like that. At 5 you will get 24. So that is your result for linear convolution.